Jason.
Hi, Sammy. How are you?
I'm really good. And welcome to the podcast today.
Thank you. You as well.
So today we're going to be talking about your business and you and all the things about how you and your business are affiliated with each other.
Okay.
Are you up for that?
I'll do my best.
So what kind of business are you in anyway?
So I actually have two that I'm working on right now. One is a party and event rental. So we do some tent selling, renting, and have picnic tables. So I like that one. And then I also have a home inspection business that I work as well for it's real estate sales.
So you're like in the thick of it with your first business or
Yep. No, it's been a busy month with grad season.
all weddings and
Yep.
all the things, family reunions.
Yep. Constant work this month.
Whatever you got you into that.
Um,
You like to party or you?
well, a little bit, but we also we had for my daughter's grad party, we had bought enough equipment where we said maybe we should just start renting this, and it kind of has taken off from there. So we started small, and it just continues to grow a little bit every year.
Well, how long ago was that?
3 years ago. So in 3 years, we've tripled the size of the business and quadrupled the inventory, and then some, and continue to grow and have fun with that one.
So do you have one of those retail places where people can just walk in and pick what they want for whatever event they want to do?
No, not yet.
Or is it an online?
Yep, online store that has everything in it. The inventory stays up to date. People can come and book a reservation on there and 3-day time period, and then we will delivery's an option or pickup's an option. Currently, all sitting in my garage.
Oh, so it's a family business.
Yep.
Very nice. And your home inspection business, are you an entrepreneur in that?
Yes. Yep, just me. Love doing that because I love the fact that I get to be part investigator and then part teacher in educating my clients on what I find about their home.
So do you have a background in teaching?
I do not, ironically, but I have spent a lot of time mentoring youth through Boy Scouts and also through church. So with the youth group and different things. So I spent a lot of time mentoring kids since probably the last 25 years. So teaching and mentoring has been kind of fun.
So you do have a background in teaching.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Not officially, but I guess, yeah.
Good. Well, what had you decide to start your own business then amidst all of this?
I learned at one point that I was more a number, and we were just talking with Xavier about the value of what you're worth. And in corporate America, when I was there, just felt like a number, not really doing anything other than helping somebody else look good. And I got tired of paying out bonuses and going, why are we not getting anything? As I started in accounting out of college and then went into real estate. And now I've been doing the entrepreneurship thing, which has been kind of fun. So corporate America for me was kind of a wake up like, it's not where I want to be.
So I have this theory that there's a strong difference between entrepreneurs and self-employed people.
Okay.
And just because entrepreneurs do the world through there's no beginning nor end, no top, no bottom.
Yeah,
it's like a living organism, right? Versus, well, I have this project and I have this box and I work for X amount of hours and things like that. Was it a big adjustment for you to go from working with an accounting mindset into this whole organic, how we got to figure it out thing?
Yeah, it's been a little bit of it was an adjustment for a while. I've always had a curiosity and try and build it, figure out how things get put together mindset. And so, yeah, in a nutshell, took me about 3 years to fully get myself into the whole, I'm not taking care of just documenting numbers and information. And I'm now actually in charge of finding all those numbers and making things happen. So yeah, it was a little bit of a transition, but made it.
That's really cool because some people can't.
Right.
They just can't.
It took a while. And there's, a lot of ups, a lot of downs, and you just kind of, but I keep my mind on the end goal, and my end goal is to have a business that can sustain myself long term and continue to have that and take care of my family at the same time, and eventually either sell it all or do something with it. I don't know yet. I'm not thinking that far ahead.
So is that your driving factor? To to be free, to be independent, to take care of your family. Like
Yeah.
usually, and entrepreneurs or really anybody who's running a business because there are ups and downs and hills and valleys. You hit something and then it's some people throw it all away
Right.
because they can't get through that because they don't have something big enough to get them to the other side.
Right.
So,
Yeah, I started, I'll kind of hit on that a little bit because when I started my home inspection business, it was in 2019.
mhm.
And then we had COVID in 2020, and the market for real estate's been up and down ever since. And what I've experienced and the realtors we've talked with and worked with. So I know there's times it's good, there's times it's bad, but I also, part of the reason started the rental business was because I needed something that was a little bit more consistent. And we're there again, provide for the family. So, put my hands in a few different buckets just to keep things moving.
Do you ever know really a solid entrepreneur that isn't in more than one thing though?
No, I
Like
haven't.
I just don't know of any who they're doing investments or something, like always have many spoons in the soup. So
Yeah, you got many hats on and trying to figure out, when one's down here, we put a little effort over in another one. I've always been told by mentors and people I worked with, you always want to have your hands in at least three different buckets. I went three. That seems crazy, but I can see where it would be beneficial.
Mhm,
So,
for sure. Was there like a moment in time when you just said, I think this journey for me just needs to be different, you know,
I
from a work perspective. And you're being an accountant, you're working for corporate or whatever, and just said, mm,
Yeah, I've always felt and it was like I said, it was kind of a revelation for me when because I was in accounting, I was processing payables, and because of the business I was working at, we were responsible for passing through bonus payouts for owners and higher ranking employees. And when I started to see um, that happening, I kind of was frustrated. And I said, this doesn't make any sense. There's got to be a better way to get to where I want to. As I've been, as I was in corporate America and, following everything up through there, I felt like you were A, a number, but B, it's not really a place for you to get ahead and either A, make a humongous difference in the world or B, be able to build up something that you can pass on if you wanted to. And the kids wanted to take it. Now that doesn't happen in every case. We know this, but maybe it would. And so I said, I got to do something different because I want to be able to leave something for my kids to maybe potentially take. If they don't, fine, but something that they could definitely look at. So for me, it was really that revelation of this doesn't equate, and I want to find a better way to get to where I want to.
so building something
Yeah,
is important
yeah.
to you. Hmm.
Never really thought about it that way, but thank you, because yeah, it is. It's building something that other people can benefit from.
A lot of people don't even understand the value of creating or building or designing. Or I believe that that's inherent in everybody. And when they find that that's inherent in them too, life can really shift a lot.
Yeah,
Because you look at, in the background I have, we never look at really what's wrong, but what's missing. And what's missing for a lot of people is that creative spark or that need to be inspired or make something from nothing kind of thing. So that's really cool that you found that.
yeah. It took a while, but it was there.
What is something you wish more people understood, Jason?
A couple of things that I wish more people, in my opinion, I think we get lost in learning. And, I talked a little bit about it with Xavier, and I think you always have to be in a mindset to learn. It's so easy to get caught up in the routine, the monotony, the day-to-day of our routine, what we're doing. And I think more people need to understand that change in routine is good. Change in habits is good. You don't get better by doing nothing. Or the cause effect correlation. I don't know the best way to describe where I'm going, but it just always be willing to try something different. When you try to get, I always say the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting to get different results. And I don't want to operate that way. And I wish more people would be comfortable stepping into that. But
Will you expand a little bit about what you meant by we get lost in learning? I'm not connecting with what you mean with that. We get lost in learning.
I think we get lost in not learning. I'm sorry. Thank you for making me clarify, because you have to learn something new every day. Our minds are not designed to not inherit and be educated. And so for me, making sure that that's happening is important for myself. Never take any opportunity as something that you should take for granted or walk past or ignore, because there's a learning lesson to be had there.
What if making mistakes and all of that really was the adventure, right?
That is true. I mean, that's another one of my crazy analogies. My kids get annoyed because I like to say fail is first attempt in learning. So you're never really failing.
You know, walking is like falling forward. Like
Exactly.
Every single step you just fall, but you catch yourself, right? Like that's,
Yep.
So we are kind of failing and falling all the time, just getting across the street. But I think that the more people can look at themselves as beginners in something,
Mm-hmm.
There's an adventure and an excitement in that. Because if you fall down, it's like, well, that sucked like water. Let's regroup and do something. Yeah, so you starting two things in the last couple of years has probably brought a lot of life into your home and your family. And
yep, it's been a lot of fun, a lot of craziness, a lot of hours, but it's nothing's built overnight that I've experienced, and so starting from where we were and where we're at has been a fun adventure, and I don't know where it's going to go, but hoping that it continues to go.
Are you proud of you?
Yeah.
You should be proud of you, because a lot of people don't take the risk to do what you did.
That's true. That's one thing that I know Xavier touched on a little bit. You got to be willing to take a risk, and if you're going to try and do something different, put yourself out there. It's hard. You never like to fall, but...
So I have one last quirky question for you.
Go for it.
Do you have any weird habits or rituals or superstitions that actually help you thrive in your business?
For me, it's never give up hope. Never give up hope. Never give up the dream. You'll get there. It's just, you don't know when, and you don't know how much work it's going to take, but just don't give up. That's my quirkiness.
That's not so quirky, but it's really good advice.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
All right.
Hey, it's Will with the Podcast Crew team. Spotlight is a vidcast shot at the Podcast Crew Studios in Minneapolis. We would love for you to be our guest. Email us at the email address on your screen below to get a copy of the upcoming schedule. It's free, it's easy, and it's a great way to try out a podcast or a vidcast with our pro team. We do an in-person, in-studio version if you're in the Twin Cities area, and also an online version if you're somewhere else. We'd love to have you, hear your story, and help you start your podcast journey. Thanks. Get in touch today.